for joining us. Me and Tokyo have discovered that Tokyo has no talent, kind of like me. Okay, I apologize, Tokyo. All right. See you guys later.
When everyone sees Tokyo and I, a lot of questions come into their mind. How come you talk to your lizard? How do you know if your lizard has feelings for you? How you two are able to have a bond? It's funny when I get asked these questions because it makes me want to respond with, well, hey, how come people act that way with their dogs, cats, birds, bunnies, and so on? But if I were to be honest for a change, I have to say that I have not gotten a single clue, but I'm glad that it happened the way it did. You see, Tokyo and I were never that close in the beginning. In fact, I usually went out my way to avoid Tokyo. I remember my family being so drawn to Toke and just couldn't understand why. I remember I wouldn't even get close, let alone hold her. I just simply wanted no contact with Tokyo, and I was fine with that. Looking back at it now, I was just afraid of losing Tokyo, just like I lost you. And I didn't want to go through that again. However, one particular day, I was this close to having that fear become a reality. I remember my mom telling me that she believes Tokyo was dying, and I just remember being shocked. We only had Tokyo for a couple of days, and now she's dying? I just couldn't process it. Then the insecurities began to creep in the back of my mind, and the feeling of loss started happening, and which was very odd because I wasn't really close to Tokyo at the time. I remember sitting in the car with my mind racing while holding Tokyo in the box as we drove to PetSmart, where we got Tokyo to see what was wrong. It was agonizing for me when I had to hand her over to the workers there and wait to hear what they had to say. I remember Mom putting up a Facebook post about how much she's going to miss Tokyo so much, and our time with her was so short. Thinking about that made my heart tighten. So, when I saw the worker come out, you already know I was preparing for the worst. Instead, that wasn't the case. Turns out Tokyo wasn't dying, but was just simply adjusting to her new environment, and she was perfectly fine, a healthy lizard. Although, he did suggest if we didn't want her, they can take her back. We said no, of course. Tokyo's part of our weird, crazy family now. There's no way she's leaving that easily. But from that point on, I realized how important Tokyo was to me. And I believe it's that experience that allowed me to open my heart to Tokyo in such an extraordinary way. Before I knew it, I found myself owning Tokyo more and discovering how we both became more comfortable with each other over time. I tend to notice Tokyo's warmth as we rest together. Granted, Tokyo is a cold-blooded reptile, but since she stays in the heat a lot, she gives off this warmth that frankly puts us both to sleep on the couch every time. She also pays attention to me when I'm just down on my luck or I'm ranting about a TV show that no one else around me seems to care about. Tokyo is always there to greet me when I come home by doing something crazy, such as randomly licking the glass or just randomly dancing on the glass to get my attention. It's so cute, by the way. That lizard literally always makes me stop doing what I'm doing just so I can see what crazy antics she's getting herself into. And I don't mind at all, even though I should be doing my work. I believe it's safe to say that Tokyo has helped me on an emotional level as well. After our breakup, I found it very hard to talk to people about how I was feeling. And when I did try to talk about it, they just wouldn't understand me or simply just dismiss it. I felt alone. So I remember one day coming home, just feeling completely out of it, and just wanted to talk to someone. In comes Tokyo, who was just waiting to be fed. I don't know what it was I don't know if it was out of desperation or what. But all I know was that I sat down and just started talking to Tokyo about everything. My insecurities, about giving you another chance. If I was in the wrong, should I fought harder for us? Why did you even do it? After promising me such an overreaching future. And I noticed that after I spilled my feelings out, Tokyo was still looking at me, and I was at a loss for words. No one has ever given me that type of attention before. Yet here I am, getting that attention from a lizard. A lizard that seems to understand me. A lizard who at that moment warmed her way into my heart, and I didn't even know at the time. A lizard I should be feeding, because that's what she wanted. However, there are times that Tokyo can stress me out. For example, that lizard loves to scare the absolute hell out of me when she tends to get herself stuck in toy cars on an occasional basis, but despite all the funny moments and crazy chaos Tokyo brings to the point, I think I might get gray hairs. I can't deny that Tokyo's smile makes my day. That smile is enough to make my heart jump with joy and be content. I don't know why it makes me go all giddy or say, "Oh, Tok," but it does, and I love it. Sometimes when I find myself alone with my thoughts, whether it's you or something else, I notice how I distance myself off from Tokyo. There are times I wonder if you and Tokyo would have gotten along. I think you would have, and who knows, maybe Tokyo would love you more than me. You always had a special talent when it comes to animals. As much as I want to entertain the thought of a what if scenario, it's time for me to move on. It's time I gave myself closure, since I know I won't get it from you anytime soon. You were my past, but Tokyo's my present and future. Tokyo and I have our own special language, something that no one can really understand. Even I have a hard time trying to put it into words. It's like we have this instant bond that I never want to let go of. A bond that could possibly lead to a promising future, and not a false one, like you promised me once. I know time can be limited to us, but that won't stop me from having the best use of it. There are many things I would love to do with Tokyo, such as going on random joy rides, chilling out on the hills as we look out to the city, have a successful lunch together. Tokyo is a fidgety lizard, always on the go. Well, Tokyo is a lizard of taste. Going out into the city and falling asleep to a random show on the TV, the possibilities are endless. Maybe, no, not maybe.
This lizard!
Tokyo will finally give me the experience of true happiness for once. Maybe Tokyo will actually save me from the fears you caused. I hope so, because our bond is indescribable and unbreakable.